Hey everyone, Zion over here from Nintendo Life, and today we're here to share with you our review of Fitness Boxing 3, Your Personal Trainer on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this review was originally written by Chris Scullion for NintendoLife.com, but was reworked into this video by me. It's been 6 years since the first Fitness Boxing was released, and since then we've had 2 main games and 2 spin-offs based on Fist of the North Star and Hatsune Miku. Now it's time for the 3rd proper entry in the series, and thankfully, regular Fitness Boxing players will find some new stuff in here to freshen up their daily routine. There are new modes, new tasks, and even a new way to explore the Fitness Boxing lore. Yep, it turns out there's lore now, apparently. The main workout mode returns and brings with it the same strengths and weaknesses it always did. Those who played the previous games will know exactly what to expect here. After picking your workout of choice or accepting the daily workout chosen for you based on your required time, intensity, and body target areas, you repeat a series of punching and dodging motions to the beat, almost like a violent rhythm game. This part is by and large business as usual. There may be a few new options here and there to make things feel a little different, but otherwise anyone who's bought either of the first 2 Fitness Boxing games will be in very familiar territory here. Thankfully, for those who were expecting a little more from the 3rd entry in the series, there are some new modes this time which mix things up a little bit. Sometimes you've had a long day and can't deal with all the leaning, ducking, and dodging malarkey the game sometimes makes you do, especially in the more intense workouts. For such couch potatoes, the new Sit Fit Boxing mode is the answer. As the name suggests, Sit Fit Boxing allows you to stay firmly seated on your chair, or let's face it, slumped on your sofa, while performing a modified set of instructions. Your in-game personal trainer sells Sit Fit Boxing to you as a mode for folks who are less physically inclined or may have trouble performing standing exercises. But you can very much add lazy bums to that list too, because after a long day's work, we appreciated the option to collapse on the couch and swing at the air for a while. Naturally, it could be argued that you're not getting much of a workout in this mode, and that's fair. We certainly worked up far less of a sweat than in the standing workouts, but we suppose every little bit genuinely helps. We got far more out of the new Mitt Drills mode, which is much closer to what we had in our heads when the first Fitness Boxing was originally announced. If you like the idea of boxing-based exercises but haven't been keen on the fact that the series has essentially been just dance with punches instead of pirouettes, Mitt Drills takes away the rhythm element and offers a much more straightforward punching program. There aren't many of these different Mitt Drills to try out, but we love what there is of them. Instead of waiting for an icon to pass a line before you throw your punch, you can instead punch as soon as your trainer lifts their boxing mitt. In a sense, there's still a game element here in that if you take too long to punch, you don't get a perfect rating, but you're shown your upcoming combination on the side of the screen, meaning it isn't really a reaction test because you know what's coming. The great thing about Mitt Drills is that they're generally a higher intensity than the standard workouts because there's less pausing and waiting for the next move. You can fire through them, performing your combos at a fairly fast pace if you want to. There's even a rapid punch section at the end where your trainer just holds both mitts up and you can go all Fist of the North Star on them by flailing wildly. There's clearly no skill involved in this portion, but it's a nice little final spike for your heart rate. Speaking of the trainers, there are 6 to choose from this time, which is fewer than before. Some of them return from previous games, meaning anyone fascinated by Bernardo's Popeye-like arms can rest assured they won't miss out this time, while newcomers Monica and Stella tick the flirty and mysterious boxes respectively for those who like to pretend their trainers are real people that they're trying to get to know. And if you're that type of person, then does Fitness Boxing 3 have a treat for you? When you spend enough time with one of your trainers, an odd new feature called Box and Bond is unlocked. As you continue to do workouts with them, you'll fill a gauge which, when filled, unlocks a new Box and Bond chapter. These are special sessions where your personal trainer will share their thoughts and feelings on certain topics with you, giving you more insight into their character. Don't expect anything wild here. They don't give their detailed analysis on Middle Eastern conflict or anything like that. Most of them just talk about about fitness. But for those who like playing along with the idea that their trainer is a real person, it's a nice added touch. By taking on the game's daily and weekly missions, you can earn coins which can then be spent on unlocking new outfits and any of the game's 20 licensed music tracks. And when we say licensed, we mean Imagineer, the developers, has seemingly found someone who's never played a MIDI keyboard in their life and then given them a license to have a go at recreating each song. We'd have hoped that after 2 games like this, the quality would have improved, but the new tracks here are still abysmal. On paper, it's a fine mix of songs from the likes of Britney Spears, Fall Out Boy, and Billie Eilish, but sadly, people tend not to listen to music on paper. In practice, the results, with no hint of hyperbole for comic relief here, genuinely sound like bad polyphonic ringtones from the early 2000s. Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins is a particular lowlight. The guy is in his late 70s, so please make sure he never gets to hear this, or the next Danger Zone will be in his ticker. The awful music aside, Fitness Boxing 3 brings some much needed variety to what could have been another by-the-numbers release with new songs and not much else. The Sit Fit Boxing and Mitt Drills modes give options to those who want to be less or more active respectively, and the extra trainer options are ideal for players who like to pretend they're dealing with a real person. And even better, because Mitt Drills isn't rhythm-based, you can put your headphones on and listen to your own tunes. We here at Nintendo Life give Fitness Boxing 3, your personal trainer on the Nintendo Switch, a 7 out of 10. Be sure to let us know in the comments down below if you've ever given any of the Fitness Boxing games a shot for yourself, and if you've always been curious, there actually is a demo available for Fitness Boxing 3 on the eShop that you can download right now. I don't have many of my own personal thoughts that really differ from Chris's here with Fitness Boxing 3, but I did at least want to point out that while the licensed tracks are pretty rough, I actually do like the original music that they've built for this game. I don't think it's nearly as good as some of the music that you'll find in Japanese arcade rhythm games like DDR or Waka even, but when I like to work out, music is the thing that's always pushing me further and further, and I think the original tracks that are included here do a good job of pushing you that extra step. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, then why don't you go ahead and 1-2 punch out that subscribe button and then ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we put up new videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you again to Chris for spending so much time with Fitness Boxing 3 for this review. I'm Zion from Nintendo Life. Stay safe out there, and we will see you all next time.